English Rise Podcast.
Hey, English learners! Welcome back to English Rise Podcast, your cozy place to learn real English through natural conversations that help you speak with confidence. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. Before we begin, let me ask you something. Have you ever studied English for weeks or even months, memorized hundreds of words, learned grammar rules, watched countless YouTube videos, and then someone simply asks, "How are you today?" And suddenly, your mind goes completely blank.
If you smiled just now, it's probably because you've experienced that feeling yourself. And believe it or not, millions of English learners around the world experience the exact same thing every single day.
But here's something that might surprise you. The problem isn't your intelligence. The problem isn't your memory. And the problem isn't that English is too difficult. The real problem is the way most people practice.
Today, we're going to introduce you to a learning partner that never gets tired, never judges your mistakes, is available 24 hours a day, and can help you improve whenever you want. Do you know what it is? Yes, it's ChatGPT.
Now, let's discover something that most English learners never realize. Learning English isn't about studying harder. It's about practicing smarter.
Think about a child learning their first language. They don't begin by studying grammar books. They don't memorize hundreds of vocabulary lists. They listen, they imitate, they make mistakes, and slowly they become fluent. So let me ask you something. Why do adults try to learn English in the exact opposite way?
That's where ChatGPT becomes a game changer. Not because it knows everything, but because it gives you something that most learners never have: unlimited practice.
Imagine this. Every morning, before breakfast, you open ChatGPT and say, "Good morning. Let's have a 5-minute conversation in English." That's it. No pressure, no classroom, no fear. Just real practice.
Now, ChatGPT asks, "How did you sleep last night?" Maybe you answer, "I sleep very good." Is it perfect? No, but that's exactly where learning begins. ChatGPT might reply, "Great try." A more natural sentence is, "I slept very well last night." Notice something? It didn't just tell you that you were wrong. It helped you sound more natural.
And that's the difference between knowing English and speaking English naturally. Grammar matters, vocabulary matters, but confidence comes from practice.
Here's another question. How many new English words have you forgotten just 1 week after learning them? Probably more than you'd like to admit.
That's normal. Our brains don't remember information simply because we read it once. We remember what we actually use. So instead of asking ChatGPT, "Give me 50 new words," try asking, "Teach me 5 useful words and help me use each one in a real conversation."
5 words used correctly are far more valuable than 50 words you never use. Small progress every single day creates amazing results over time.
Now, let's make things a little more interesting. Imagine you're preparing for a job interview. Wouldn't it be amazing if someone could interview you again and again until you felt confident?
Well, ChatGPT can do exactly that. Simply type, "Pretend you're interviewing me for my dream job. Ask one question at a time, correct every mistake, explain how I can sound more natural." Now, you're no longer studying English, you're living it.
The same idea works for travel, university, business meetings, making friends, ordering food, or even your IELTS or TOEFL preparation. Whatever your goal is, ChatGPT can become your personal practice partner.
But there's one mistake that almost everyone makes, and it quietly slows down their progress. It's so common that you might be doing it without even realizing it.
And that's exactly what we're going to uncover in the next part. Because once you fix this one habit, your English practice can become faster, easier, and much more effective.
So don't go anywhere. The most powerful lesson is still ahead.
Now, let's talk about one mistake that quietly stops millions of English learners from becoming fluent. Can you guess what it is? It's not grammar, it's not vocabulary, and it's definitely not your pronunciation. The real problem is that most people are afraid of making mistakes.
Think about it. When you were a child, did you wait until every sentence was perfect before speaking? Of course not. You spoke, you made mistakes, people corrected you, and little by little, you improved. That's exactly how language learning works.
The difference is, today, you don't have to feel embarrassed. ChatGPT never laughs at your mistakes. It never becomes impatient. And it never says, "You're asking too many questions." Instead, it encourages you to keep going.
Here's something that can completely change your English. Don't ask ChatGPT, "Is this correct?" Instead, ask, "How would a native English speaker say this naturally?" That single question can teach you more natural English every single day.
Let's see a real example. Imagine you say, "I am very agree with you." Instead of simply saying wrong, ChatGPT might answer, "Great effort." A native speaker would normally say, "I completely agree with you," or "I totally agree with you," or simply, "I agree with you." Now, you're learning real English, not just correct English.
Here's another powerful idea. Ask ChatGPT to become your best friend. Type, "Pretend we're close friends. Let's have a natural conversation. Correct my mistakes, but don't interrupt me too often." Can you imagine how much more relaxed that conversation feels?
Because when you're relaxed, you speak more. When you speak more, you make more mistakes. And when you make more mistakes, you learn faster. That's exactly how confidence grows.
Now, what should you do if ChatGPT uses a word you don't understand? Don't stop. Don't switch back to your native language. Simply ask, "Can you explain that using easier English?" Or, "Can you give me a real-life example?" And just like that, the conversation continues.
One more secret that many successful learners use is this. After every conversation, ask ChatGPT, "What are the 3 biggest mistakes I made today?" Not 30 mistakes, not 20, just 3. Because improving 3 things is realistic. Trying to improve everything at once usually leads to frustration.
Remember, fluency isn't built in one day. It's built one conversation, one correction, and one small improvement at a time. And in just a moment, we're going to share the most powerful ChatGPT prompt of this entire episode. The prompt that brings together speaking, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and confidence into one simple practice session. Trust us, you won't want to miss it.
Now, it's time for the moment we've been building toward throughout this entire episode. The one prompt that can completely transform the way you practice English.
Open ChatGPT and type something like this. "You are my friendly American English teacher. Help me become fluent. Speak naturally. Ask me one question at a time. Correct my mistakes politely. Explain my grammar simply. Teach me useful vocabulary. Give me pronunciation tips. And keep the conversation going until I tell you to stop." That's it. One simple prompt can create an entire English lesson.
Imagine practicing for 15 minutes every single day. Not once a week, not only when you feel motivated, but every day. Can you imagine where your English could be 3 months from now? 6 months? 1 year? The future version of you is being created by the small choices you make today.
Many people keep waiting for the perfect teacher the perfect course, or the perfect time to begin. But successful learners don't wait. They start with what they have. And today, you already have one of the most powerful learning tools ever created.
Remember, ChatGPT cannot learn English for you. It cannot replace your effort. It cannot replace your consistency. But it can become the practice partner that keeps you improving every single day.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Be afraid of never trying. Every conversation teaches you something. Every correction makes you stronger. Every minute you practice moves you one step closer to fluency.
One day, you'll have your very first completely natural conversation in English. You'll understand without translating. You'll answer without fear. And in that moment, you'll realize that every small practice session was worth it.
Before we finish, here's a small challenge. Today, open ChatGPT and have a 10-minute conversation only in English. Don't worry about being perfect. Just speak, make mistakes, learn, and tomorrow, do it again.
Progress doesn't come from studying once in a while. It comes from showing up again and again and again. That's how confidence grows. That's how fluency happens.
If today's episode helped you see a new way to learn English, then stay with us. Because here at English Rise Podcast, our goal isn't just to teach English. Our goal is to help you use English with confidence in real life.
Thank you for spending your time with us today. We truly appreciate every minute you've shared with our podcast. Keep learning, keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, because every fluent English speaker was once a beginner.
Take care, keep rising, and we'll see you in the next episode of English Rise Podcast.